Some information about possible upcoming bosses and king salmonids have been leaked on Twitter by Oatmeal Dome. So today I'm going to give you some of my ideas on what I think some of these bosses could be or what they could mean. So the first piece of information we get is that there are 4 unused bosses slash enemies slash kings in Salmon Run that are currently not being used, which has took me by surprise because I did not think we would be getting any more bosses. Although this doesn't mean we will be getting any more bosses, this does increase the chance. And they go by the name Balloon, Big Balloon, Wheel, and Ghost. Now I have some ideas on what some of these could be, but I'm probably not going to be right, but I do have some thoughts on what these could be. So starting off with Big Balloon and Balloon, because obviously they're very similar. Apparently Big Balloon is said to be most likely a King Salmonid, which excites me because I was dreading the fact that we might only just get one King Salmonid, but it looks as if we might be getting multiple, which is great. Now in terms of what Big Balloon could actually be, my initial idea is that it is a King variant of a Steelhead. As we know, our current boss is a variant of a Quahog. Then we could see other Salmonids and even boss Salmonids have King variants. And the whole thing of the Steelhead where he kind of shoots an explosive balloon out of his head adds up very well with the description we've been given with this boss. Balloon and Big Balloon are classed separately, which makes me think, because this is obviously a massive King Steelhead, is that it would send out independent balloons which will kind of, act on their own without actually it being counted as the big balloon, but instead its own entity. For example, it could be massive bombs that come towards you and make a huge explosion, so you have to shoot them out the sky in time. It also says that Big Balloon itself can make ink explosions, which adds up to me to be a Steelhead. And then one last thing says that apparently it could only possibly move on a rail, which to me sounds like more of a custom night round to me. So maybe we'll get more night rounds and this will be one of them instead of it actually being a King Salmonid. But you never know. So my second idea for what Big Balloon could be was what I just mentioned there, is a night round. You know, those special rounds where you get swarmed by glowflies or swarmed by gorillas or something? Perhaps it could be one of those. And from the description, it reminds me similar to Mothership. There's one kind of big thing which sends out smaller things, possibly. And obviously you got to do something to get loads of eggs from it. Sadly, we have no information on what Wheel could be, but I would imagine Wheel and Ghost could possibly be more boss Salmonids instead of actual King Salmonids. But I could be wrong there. Most salmon bosses follow a pattern, if you didn't realise, of copying different specials in the game. For example, Flyfish is Tenta Missiles, and Fish Stick is Sprinkler, which isn't a special, but it also obviously is a sub. But in terms of specials that could be connected with the word Wheel, I can't really think of any good ones, apart from Baller from Splatoon 2, which would be weird to see the Salmonids use, obviously, a special that isn't even in this game, even though Stingers technically do it, so it isn't too far-fetched. And then also the Crab Tank can turn into a ball mode, so maybe that's a wheel or something, and there's like a Salmonid mech you gotta fight. I doubt it. Obviously these names are very placeholder-y, so it's kind of hard to put your finger on anything, but this could be anything. I don't know, maybe it is another special night round. That leaves one last boss on the list, Ghost. The only thing we know about Ghost is that it apparently makes some sort of smoke. So my fear on this is that the Toxic Mist sub is in the game, obviously, and we've seen other Salmonids get based off subs, for example Fish Stick as Sprinkler. So what if we got a Toxic Mist Salmonid that was this Ghost? And if all of these are King Salmonids, then that would be great, and I have an idea of whenabouts they could be coming. So we know that Big Run happens every few months, and Oatmeal Dome here expects that the first one to be late October. So my theory is for the first times we get big runs, we'll get a boss each time. So we get to experience a new boss on obviously the big run maps, which would be really interesting. What do you guys think? Do you think that I have made some possibly accurate decisions here, or am I out of my mind? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you've got any good ideas of what Ghost could be or what Wheel could be, because my guesses aren't the best. Thank you guys for watching. I've been looking for any excuse I can to talk about Salmon Run, because this is my favourite game, but it's Splatoon 3. Soon there's going to be a random rotation coming up, so look out for that. I might do some streaming on that or something, I'm not sure. But once again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you later. Goodbye.